morning, folks. How are ya? I have been driving through the night to get back home to Tennessee for the weekend. Just wanted to stop in and say hi real quick this morning. We're going to go make some deliveries. You can't tell I'm a little hyped up on Red Bull because it was a little bit of I can't say that on YouTube. Butt dragger night. And, but yeah, let's make a couple of deliveries, but before we get going, please hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and share this with your friends. Guys, I appreciate you watching my vlogs. We're going to get into a little bit of some tips on how to stay profitable in a little bit, but first, let's get these cars off. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. We're done working now. We finished delivering all of our cars, and we are on our way back home finally. Got everything all delivered. We stopped and grabbed some Bojangles for breakfast, which is something I don't do too often. I usually make all my food in my truck, but hey, it was right there, and I didn't have to go far to go pick it up. So we got some Bojangles, we got our vehicles delivered. Now let's get into the topic of staying profitable. You guys saw some of my worries that I deal with, and my biggest one obviously is going bankrupt. That should be everybody's worry when you own a business. You should never take it for granted, because it doesn't take very long and your doors could be closed. We've had, what, 6 or 7, I would say, in my opinion, large companies that have gone under. 100 plus truck companies so far this summer, or 100 plus truck strong companies, however you want to say that, have gone bankrupt this summer. So we really gotta make sure that we can keep our costs to an absolute minimum, and I'm going to go over some of the ways that I do that. So starting with number one, obviously, I'm screwed that gear up. I'm talking and not paying attention. So starting with number one, obviously keeping our expenses as low as possible. Our fuel, our insurance, maintenance. Don't hot rod your truck. Don't create extra wear and tear that you don't need. Take it easy on it. So one of my biggest ways for keeping fuel costs as low as possible is I use, the first one is obviously just going to the cheapest fuel, but not just like a normal gas station or something like that. You don't want to get LG or bad fuel. So you really want to make sure that you're getting decent fuel. So I usually go to the mom and pop truck stops that have a bunch of pumps that, well, they usually, well, if they have trucks there often, so the fuel's being turned over, it's not just sitting in those their storage tanks for long periods of time. So I go to them over the Pilots, the TAs, the Petros, the Loves, any of them. Because usually fuel's a lot cheaper. Secondly, I use a credit card that I pay off immediately. The two main cards that I really like is the Capital One Quicksilver card, and I'm trying to think of the card that my other driver has. It's a Chase double cashback card. Both of those are cashback cards that I like to use because they... Oh, sorry, my CB's on. They offer multiple percent cash back on your fuel. So you buy fuel for, let's say, $100, and you get 2% cash back, which I'm pretty sure is what my Quicksilver card is, or my Capital One card. There's $2 saved every time you get fuel. So $2 on 100. Then the next thing I do is I use an app called Get Upside, and I go to fuel stations that have fairly large, I guess you can call it cash back when you fuel up through the app. So what you got to do with that is you take your you download the app, and then you search for fuel stations close by to where you're located that you can get the truck into, or drop the trailer and take the truck over to, depending on how big of a savings it is. And then you go fuel up your first $30 on your first, 50 gallons. I'm thinking of too many things at once. Your first 50 gallons purchase is what you get your cash back on. So today I fueled up. I put 65 gallons in at a Shell down in South Carolina, and Encore, something like that, South Carolina. I got 22 cents off. So I immediately got, let's say I got 100 gallons, I would have saved $22. And then let's say I would have spent 100, didn't actually spend it, but let's say it's $100 worth of fuel, I would have saved an extra $2. Therefore, I literally would have saved $24 on this specific fuel fill-up. Now what I do is I take all of my cash back, all of my travel award points on my credit cards, and I save them up all year long. Last year we took our kids to Disney for free, or sorry, the year before we took our kids to Disney for free, using the cash back and travel awards. So we flew down there, got a rental car, bought Disney tickets, and stayed for 10 days in Florida. We spent 4 in Orlando, 6 in Tampa, and then flew back. Did it all for free. All I had to do is I cashed my travel points in on my hotels and my airfare, and then on the rental car I cashed in the cash on my debit cards, and then used it on my credit cards, and then used the credit cards to buy my rental car, our food, our fuel, all that kind of stuff. So I got a free 10-day Orlando, Florida vacation. Alright, next thing I like to do when I'm trying to save money on maintenance is tires. Tires are very expensive, and I know a lot of people use name brand no matter what. For me, I don't. We use our tire guy has a trailer tire called Hercules, I failed. So I'm fairly happy with them. And what I normally do is, like with this truck, it needed tires all the way around. So I do run name brand. I only run Continental on my steers. Just because I might say that the other tires are very good, but I'm not risking a steer tire blowout. And Continentals blow out enough on their own. I don't need to go to an off-brand and risk that even more. But I actually run the trailer tires on my drive axles as well. And what I normally do is, when I need drives, I put brand new trailer tires on my drives. And then I run them until I get close to the winter time. And then I put a set of standard drives on to go through the winter. And I move the trailer tires that were on my drives back to the trailer and throw out the trailer tires that were on the trailer. By that time, the trailer tires are worn out and I rotate them. Then in the spring, we run down, I put on another brand new set of trailer tires on my drives. I take my normal tires and put them back. Actually, David's tires, they store them for me. We leave them there. Then in the wintertime, if there's enough tread on them, they put them back on. And I move the trailer tires that were on my drives back. I don't know if it gets a much better fuel economy, but I'm getting 6.1 miles to the gallon. That's what I averaged over this week, which was, I'm doing on my GPS right now. This week we did 3,433 miles right now. So all miles traveled, average 6.1. I think that's a fairly good number. I'm happy with that. I run 70, 75 most of the time, as long as the speed limit permits it. Then lastly, again, get back on Robinhood, like I keep saying, or use any investment app that you want. I take 10% of my income, and that goes into the Robinhood app, and I invest it. I take 10% of my income, I give it back to my church. That's called tithing. And then we live off the rest. So if you want a great book to read on saving and trying to better yourself, make yourself more profitable, go read a book called The Richest Man of Babylon. You can get it for free off the internet. It's a free PDF download. You can actually buy the book if you want. Or if you're like me, when you're loading, I like to learn. That's kind of my addiction. Take the book, you can look it up on YouTube, and it's there. It's like a 6, maybe an 8-hour listening book, audio book, I guess you can call it, on YouTube, and they read it to you. So those are a few ideas you can use to try to make yourself as profitable as possible. Obviously, we all know the basics. Make sure, keep your deadhead down to a minimum. Don't haul cheap freight. Don't overspend on stuff. If you can do the work yourself, or you know someone that can get the work done cheaply, have them do it over going to a TA or a dealership. This week I had to put lights on my trailer, like I talked in my last vlog, making sure everything's top notch. So I had to wire in tail lights on the trailer because the one was going bad, and I'm not going to put, actually you can, but I don't like to put a old faded LED with a brand new clear shiny LED on the trailer. So I took them both out, and these LEDs that were in there were wired in, so I just had to go buy the pigtail and put those in. Again, pretty simple, but if I would have gone to the TA, that would have been $150 or $125 labor charge just to put those lights in. There's no reason for that. So in this economy right now, don't overspend. Don't give yourself a paycheck bigger than what you actually need. Don't buy stupid crap. We're into about a year and a half, possibly 2 years of a downturn in the auto industry. And look, you can if you want, but I would say don't spend $2,000 on LEDs, bumpers, visors, paint jobs, whatever. Save that money right now. We're going to get into a time or a period of time where I would say a lot of the haulers, car haulers out here that, you know, got into it a year and a half, 2 years ago in the peak of the auto market, yeah, you guys were making great money back then. You were in the peak. The key to a good company is being able to make money in the downturn, which is what we're getting into. So try to save as much as possible. Keep your paycheck to a minimum. Try to have 6 months of running expenses. I wish that people would stop slowing down to 50 miles an hour, and for them, 65. But yeah, keep your running expenses as low as possible. Don't overspend. Don't buy stupid crap. You're going to want 6 months of operating expenses in the bank in cash. We're like I said, we're getting into a tough time. So it's time to hunker down and try to stay profitable. But I will catch you guys next week. Have a good weekend. I'm going to go home and go to bed. Take care.